This is Lady Chanel coming at you once again, praying that all is well with you and yours. Thanking you in advance for listening to this audio and hoping that this message will bless, encourage, or strengthen you in ways seen and unseen. For in time, all is revealed and all is fulfilled. All right, people, today's topic is church women hate Christian women. And now I want to begin by letting you know that I view myself as a spiritual Christian. I was raised as a Christian in a small Baptist church. However, as I have gotten older, I've begun to study and learn more about spiritual principles, and these principles have just contributed to my growth and understanding in ways that I could have never imagined. And I personally feel, through my experience, that religion boxes people in, and so I had to get out of that box. Personally, I believe that was the objective of Jesus, to teach spiritual principles. So I'm not religious. We're going to go ahead and get that out the way. I am not religious, but I do seek to internalize and apply spiritual principles to my life, for the evolution of my soul. So once again, this topic is church women hate Christian women, and the purpose of this audio is just a request and a call for women to stop perpetuating the stereotype of hypocritical, gossipy church women. It's time for us to be more spiritual and less judgmental. Why can't women in the church get along? Why is it always one particular clique in the church that wants to run everything? One particular clique in the church that wants to pinpoint out certain females. One particular clique that wants to pinpoint out, certain females for dressing a certain way, or having a good job, or, having a good husband. As Christian or spiritual brothers and sisters, we're supposed to love one another and be happy and glad for one another, but it's as if they view your gain as my loss. If I gain something, that's a loss to you, when we all can be winning. And so let's get down to the source of the problem. Well, I definitely think that the source of the problem is insecurity. Insecurity, it can run so deep that people use anything they can as an outlet. And unfortunately, in these situations, we got people using the church as an outlet to vent the hell that they got within. And this just has to stop. Some of the strategies that I've seen with church women hating Christian women is, you have church women. Well, first off, let's distinguish the difference. A church woman is a person who goes to church, sometimes on a regular basis, sometimes not on a regular basis, but goes to church for all the wrong reasons. Goes there but does not grow spiritually, does not see through spiritual eyes, has eyes but does not see, does not go there to learn, pretty much stays in the same spiritual state. It's like spiritual retardation. But a Christian is a person who goes to church, looking through the lenses of Christ, who looks through the lenses, from a spiritual standpoint, who goes there to learn and try to obtain something that's going to enable them to become a better person, something that's going to help them grow. Okay, so now we got the difference between a church woman and a Christian woman. Now I want to outline some of the strategies that I've observed with church women trying to attack Christian women. I've seen where you have people who want key positions in the church for the sole purpose of sowing strife. One of those key positions is the finance room. I've been a member of two churches, and I've noticed that it's always a lot of hate and bad energy around the finance room, and people want to determine the self-worth of a member based on the amount of money that they are paying. Christians, they want to say that a person's Christianity or their worthiness is based on whether or not they are paying tithes or not. And I'm sorry, but I know I can't buy my way into heaven. You can't buy your way into heaven. If you believe that God created all of this here, he created the earth and the fullness thereof, then what good is money to him? It's already his. So you have people who want to get in that finance room to get in people's business, and then they go back and they gossip about who's paying what, and then they even estimate about what your take-home pay is, when I know it's the scripture saying not to let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. So I'm really against that, because I just see so much chaos and so much confusion based around the finance room. So that's one thing that I've noticed. Another thing that I've noticed is you have these cliques, and everybody know that they're not right. Everybody know that they're not operating from the right place. But you have these people who follow them and support them because they can't think for themselves. You know, the politics of it all. And I've seen so many times where it's like the politics hinders spiritual growth. You know, you have some people who read it and they know better, but yet still based off politics, based off because I'm in this family or because I'm cool with this particular person. Well, I can't stand up for what I know to be right on this particular issue, and it's foolishness. It's just foolishness. You know, another thing I notice is women in church where they base the way that they'll treat you for the day based off of how you look. Like if you looking good, and it makes that person feel bad about themselves, then they'll try to act ugly with you to mess up your day. You know, and the spirit of jealousy, I mean, it is a murderous energy. You know, I've seen this spirit on women for years and years, and I mean, and it's like it's no level of lowness that they will resort to when they're under the influence of this spirit. So, and I just think that, you know, women need to stop comparing themselves to each other. You know, God created all of us unique. He created nobody's the same, not even twins are genetically the same, you know. And I just think that every woman should embrace their own uniqueness, you know, embrace their own womanhood, embrace the beauty that is them, as opposed to comparing yourself to somebody, you know. And then you have the people, of course, that are the hypocrites who never admit when they're wrong. You know, they can see all the wrong in the world with you, but they can never, ever, ever admit when they are wrong. Just hypocrites, the same hypocrites that, you know, Jesus faced, you know, back in his days or whatever. You know, and I want to share, you know, something. I have a friend who, you know, is going through a situation right now. And her biggest complaint is about how, you know, these church women, how they're pretty much sadistic. They want to see her suffer. They want to see her hurting. They want to see her lose her mind instead of encouraging her. You know, and this particular friend is a faithful servant. I mean, every program, every service, I mean, she does whatever she can, but yet and still you're gonna automatically assume that she's gonna lose her mind based off of this tragedy when she's demonstrated that she's a woman of faith. You know, and I just feel like that it's just time out. You know, women of God, it is time out, and maybe it's time for true Christian women to stand up, because I mean there are numerous, you know, scriptures that say how you're not supposed to waste your folly with a fool, and, you know, don't cast pearls before swine and all of that. But yet and still the same spirit is just continually perpetuating itself, and something has got to change. I see this Baptist church, this Christian church, just riddled with chaos, riddled with confusion. And they say, you know, don't leave one church to go to another because it's the same thing. But something has to change. You know, if we are really believing the things that are in the Bible, when Jesus roamed the earth with his disciples, they healed, they cast out, you know, lives were changed. So why is it that we having these same problems and issues in the church house generation over generation over generation over generation? Something ain't right with that. You know, something has to change. We have to do something different. So I just call out all the women in Christ, all the women who, you know, consider themselves to be spiritual, to, you know, post a comment or put out a video to help and assist in a way that we can reach our fellow Christian sisters in a way that we can bring about a change. You know, one of the scriptures that sticks out to me is that Proverbs 6:16, where it says, you know, 6 things that God hates, and among these things are a proud look, a lying tongue, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift to run to evil, a false witness who speaks lies, and one who sows discord among brethren. Yet I see this here over and over again. These seem to be the main problems that are wrong with the church. It says, blessed is the man who sits not under the counsel of the wicked. I find that to be so true, because I mean, we have these preachers who allow these things to go on because they don't want to tick off a particular clique, because they feel like this clique is financially supporting the church, or they feel like this is the clique that would eventually vote them out of there, instead of being objective and coming from a spiritual standpoint and trusting that the word is going to do what the word is supposed to do. So to me, I'm seeing a lot of preachers in the pulpit who don't even have faith in the word. You know, they speak it and they profess it, but they don't have faith in the word because they cater into these cliques that they feel is going to keep them in their position, it's going to keep them with their checks coming. So I just feel it's time out, y'all. I say that we go ahead and pray for this situation, and I ask y'all to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Leave your opinion. If you have any advice or encouragement that you could provide me, put out a video, put it in the comment, because it will be greatly appreciated. Once again, this is Lady Chanel, and I thank you all for listening. Have a blessed evening.